When you're first starting out trying to sell your art, the single most important thing you can do is to get other people talking about your art. It's expected that you are going to have a pretty favorable opinion of your work, but if someone else comes along and starts saying, hey, no, this is really cool, check it out, people are going to be interested in buying. So for me, my first experience with someone else talking about my work and helping me to sell it was actually my brother. He's 3 years older than me, and he came back to Portland 3 years before I did, establish a community of art lovers. He does theater, so these people were interested in theater, but they loved art in general and wanted to spend money on art. And so by talking up my work, he was able to get me my first few commissions. Outside of the people who are related to me and how they could talk up my work, one of the major ways that I got people talking about my art and helping me sell it was to make work in series. So instead of making a bunch of unrelated works, I started making art along a certain theme, really digging into that theme. And when I did that, I made it easier for people with publications and radio shows to talk about my work, because they weren't just talking about technique or this young artist. They got to dig into that theme as well, which made for a more interesting story for them. And getting written about in some kind of a publication or being featured on a radio show is a huge boost to early sales, to sales in general for an artist. It's a great form of someone else talking about your art. This piece is from one of my early series, one of my 2004 series. The series was called Snow Days, and it was portraits of local news anchors and weather people. This is Paul Lindman. And what was really useful about this series with regards to selling art was that not only was it a collection of paintings with a story that was easy to write about and that sort of a thing, it was also a group of people who are recognizable. And these people, these news anchors and weather people, didn't have to say anything about my art, but just the fact that they had lent their faces to my series said something about me. It was like they were talking without talking about my art without having to say anything. So the single most important thing you can do as you're starting out trying to sell your art is to get other people talking about your art, talking about how good it is.